What's going on, everyone? How are you today? Welcome on into Coffee with Brodes. That's what today is. Coffee with Brodes. Every day is Coffee with Brodes. I don't even know what I'm saying. Hello, 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 hello. What's up, everyone? Can I zoom in on my camera? I feel like I'm a little zoomed out today. Kind of throwing me off, unless I don't know. I'm going to zoom in. Something's bothering me. How's that? There you go. Maybe that's better. Maybe not. Maybe I'm too close now. I don't know. You tell me. What's up, everyone? What's going on? Um, am I just getting up? I normally get up around this time ish. Around this time ish is the time where I normally do get up. Are you just getting up, Jose? Am I surprised by the Heat's playoff performance? Not really. I tried telling everybody that they stink. I tried telling everybody that they're in that position for a reason. Now, that doesn't mean that they're like this horrendous squad or like they're awful, but, I tried telling you they weren't. I mean, stink's a strong word, I guess, but I tried telling everybody that they're not as good as what people thought they were. And it's like, oh, but they beat the Sixers. Yeah, they beat the Sixers in a regular season game. In a regular season basketball game. It's like, oh, here we go. The Heat can actually beat the Sixers. No, they can't. No, they can't. And you can see that they can't even get by the Bucks. So what does that say? This Bucks team's good. All the three teams that we were talking about, Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia Sixers, and the Milwaukee Bucks are all starting to play their game. So just like we expected, just like the way it was supposed to be. Those squads are ready to rock. Those squads are ready to roll. Those squads are ready to rock and roll. How about that? Did I even take a sip of my coffee? I don't think so, because it was too hot. That's why. I just brewed it so I can see the steam rolling through, and it's going to, ooh, it's going to burn me. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Jose's 2 cups in already. I'm so damn jealous. I am so damn jealous. Guys, guess what? The Phillies didn't lose a series against the Marlins. You're so damn right. Oh, you are so damn right. They split. They go for the good old split. And I'm curious how people feel about the split, because knowing that you had a disaster lineup, you would imagine that you take the positive out of it. It could have been worse. It could have been way worse. You could have got annihilated and abused. At the same time, you could have won 3 or 4. That third game of the series, when you're up and your defense sucks and Coonrod misses some location on his pitches and things get roped and you can't get out of an inning with the double play and the inning continues to go on, you could have won 3 or 4 on the road, which would have been big for the confidence of road games, and it would have been big for the confidence of beating the Miami Marlins, who you don't know how to beat. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Yeah, Odubel played really well. Odubel played a really good game, a really good series in general, and he's been hot. Odubel Herrera's been playing really great baseball. Robbing at the wall, jumping over, saving a home run. Aaron Nola's facial expression on the mound when the catch was made. So Aaron Nola gives you 6. I thought Aaron Nola was okay. That was good. That was good. He wasn't bad. I mean, it's unfair to say he was bad. He was solid. He was a solid pitcher on that game 3, which was 6 innings. And it's a game on the road where he clearly struggles away from Citizens Bank Park. So knowing that he struggles in that area, this is a time for him to get back on track and do solid on the road. And that's what he did. But Bohm continues to struggle. Yeah, there's no denying that. Bohm continues to struggle. There's an issue with Alec Bohm and where he is. And where he is. Big time. Up at the plate, he struck out with Odubel Herrera on third base, and I'm like, uh-oh. Then they intentionally walk Matt Joyce to try and turn 2 in that 9th inning, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Please get him in. Please knock him in. Please get that timely hit. Here's Torreyes, who hits a dribbler back to the pitcher. I'm like, oh, no. Here we go. Please, no. Oh, no. Torreyes beats it out with the bang, bang play at first. Geez, scared the hell out of me. Scared the hell out of me. It's May, Jose. It's May. Jose wants to know if I think October hunt of baseball is over. It's May. I can't make that assessment. In what universe can I tell you that October baseball is? Look, the Phillies are not good. Everyone knows that. They're a 500 baseball team. With that being said, the leader of the division is 24-20, the New York Mets. So, you're seeing a situation where the New York Mets, who lead your division, is 4 games over 500, while the Phillies are basically a 500 baseball team. The hunt for October baseball is going to be in play, not because the Phillies are some phenomenal team. No, they are a trash defensive team. Their offense does not produce enough runs. It needs to score way more than it does. So that's also a factor. But the division is just not running away with things. And with the division playing this way, well, guess what? You're going to have a scenario where they're going to be hanging around town. So whether you like that or not, it's reality of the situation. Some might not like that. They'd rather be, they'd rather stink. If you're going to tell me they have a chance, they have a chance. Pittsburgh needs to sell the Pirates. That play yesterday, that play that happened with Javier Baez was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. It was literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Seriously. In what universe are you running backwards towards home plate when all you have to do is touch first? I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's really ridiculous. Joe Dillon does not work with these hitters. Does not work great with these. There's something to be said about the way that they are struggling, right? On the other hand, you see Caleb Cotham, and he's doing a fantastic job with Vince Velasquez. He's doing every time Caleb Cotham goes to the pitcher's mound after something happens, he calms down the pitcher. Like every single damn time. It's like he has the magic talking ability to calm people down. We were talking about therapy with Brodes yesterday. Maybe we get Caleb Cotham to be the guy. But yeah, with Joe Dillon, they're striking out 1 billion times for sure. Mets lucky they got long home series against a team that's 3-20 on the road. Well, it's not really that. Look, they're playing a team, or they are a team right now that's extremely banged up. A lot of guys are injured. So are the Phils. But, it doesn't matter who you're playing. When you have a lot of injuries, you just got to take care of business. The Phillies, to a degree, took care of business on the road and split when they were extremely banged up. You would almost take that as a victory. And with the Mets, it's like it doesn't matter who they're playing. It doesn't matter this and that. They have a lot of injuries. The Noah Syndergaard news, man, that's a shame. That really is. This poor guy's like never going to get back on the field to be able to pitch. And he was one of the best pitchers they had. He was bang, bang with DeGrom. Those two were at the top of the mountaintops. And now he can't even get back on the field. It sucks. Like, I want to see him out there competing. I want to see him deliver. I do. I'm rooting for athletes to be their best. Swim says, when Rhys has a pitch go by his face, he always hits a home run. Yeah, the chin music. He did not like it. And him being mic'd up, you kind of get that experience of him in real time. Like, yo, what the fuck? Every game, he's getting all pissed. And then he responds with that. One thing I did not get into in my post-game show yesterday that I'm sure will come up in conversation as they play the Tampa Bay Rays in this next series. Bryce Harper, like we talk about leaders of the team. There's no doubt that Bryce Harper is a leader of this team, okay? But there's multiple different layers and levels of being a leader. Some guys just do it on the field. Some guys just show you on the ice and you lead by example. And other guys have a big vocal voice in the locker room. And, it all depends on your style. And Rhys Hoskins, I think, has truly developed this role of a locker room presence, a clubhouse presence of very vocal, very, very vocal. And he has that delivery with it. And I can see him, there's been a lot of expression out of Rhys Hoskins over the last couple of games. And I just feel the moral of the story here with Rhys is I feel like he's taking that next step. He is. He's taking that next step as a leader to, recognize everybody else is down. We're very injured right now. The team needs help. I got to be that guy. Hitting home runs, screaming F-bombs, celebrating hard. I think there's something to it. I really do. I think there's something to the Rhys Hoskins growing into a leader for sure. Yes, he was. Oh, he was pumped up. All right. He was pumped up then. He was pissed off. He was definitely pissed, as pumped up as he was. He was pissed off when the high cheese played with his chin just before that. Yes, Michael, I am on 97.5 this weekend. It is, I will check the schedule just to confirm with you because I was supposed to be on Saturday from 7 to 10, but because the Sixers are now on Saturday from 7 to 10, I'm no longer on that day specifically. So let me get it up there so I can tell everybody fully what my days are going to be. All right, so what's today's date? Today's date is the 28th. Not on. Wait. Oh, this is the original one. Okay. I'm not on. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't read that one then. There you go. Not on Saturday. Sunday, I'm on from 4 to 8. And Monday, I'm on from 3 to 5. So there's that. Sunday, 4 to 8. Monday, 3 to 5. Those are the days I'll be on 97.5 this weekend if you're interested in hanging out. Did I see that Shawn Michaels retweet? I did not. That's actually hilarious. No, I didn't. I'm going to go check that out. That's so funny. Shawn Michaels. Oh, yeah. And if you're not down with that, that's great. That's funny as hell. Damn, dude, I haven't seen, I don't know, Shawn Michaels has just been out of sight, out of mind for me. It's just seeing his name and seeing a picture of him and just hearing that, if you're not down with that, just brings back memories, all the good times. It really does. Do I see the Sixers sweeping or do I think 5? I mean, I said 5 from the beginning just because it's hard to beat a team 4 times in a row, even though the other team stinks, even though the other team's starting Raul Neto and all, it's hard to beat a team 4 times in a row, just in general. With that being said, though, I think the Sixers somewhat sucked the life out of the Wizards. I mean, I guess in theory, because the Wizards are going to be home, there's a chance. And if you're up, let's say they win tomorrow, there's a chance it's 3-0 series and they win that random game just because the Sixers are up 3-0. You're like, hey, we're going to pound this team, and the Wizards have their back against the wall or something of that nature. But I'll stick to what I said in 5 games because that's what I said from the jump. But I do recognize that there's a possibility the Sixers sucked their souls out of their bodies. And that's reality. Hoskins is trying to light a fire for this team. He has fun playing the game. He does. I mean, a lot of that, I think there's an element of being on camera, YouTube. Hey, why don't you be a little extra? Make sure you're a little bit more, punchy at first base, and a little bit more talkative at first base, and, give these guys a few how do you do's at first base. I do think that that's absolutely in play for sure. But yeah, look, I'm with you. He's having fun with it. But my big thing is win baseball games. I don't care if you're the most boring team in the world. I don't care. I don't care if you don't have fun. I want you to win baseball games. Now, the whole Joe Girardi dilemma is a problem to me. He's becoming a jerk. He's becoming an absolute jerk. And I don't understand this quote that happened yesterday that I ranted about in the post-game show. I don't know where it came from. Random as hell. I mean, obviously there's a problem between him and Gene Segura, and he just doesn't want to talk about it anymore. So if you did not hear, I will say the quote again. And this is after the game, and this is Joe Girardi, because he was asked a question about Gene Segura pinch hitting but not playing in the field. Just so you guys know, We're going to approach this different. I've talked to people in our organization, just the manager's decision, and I'm not going to share anything. Who's available, who's not available, because I think it's somewhat unfair to us. Just like if you were going to do something, you would not necessarily share it with a rival reporter. So that's where we're going to handle it. Just the manager's decision. What are you talking about, dude? Like, in what world? And first off, it's unfair to you. It's unfair to us. That's your job. Like, that's the reporter's job to get the information. So then us, the fans, can get the information. It's unfair to us, Joe, that we don't know what's going on with our baseball team. Now, I understand not telling fully what's going on with the bullpen and trying to get an advantage and all, but not playing Gene Segura in the field and pinch hitting Gene Segura and that being a question is not an unfair advantage to anybody. That's just normal standard information that we deserve to know after a baseball game when you made a decision. And if you want to go down the road of, if this wants to be your answer, it was a manager's decision, which quite frankly it was, then fine, you can say that. I guess I also have a problem with why announce that you're doing this. If you just came out one day and someone asked you this question about Gene Segura and you were like, manager's decision, then we write, okay, it was Joe Girardi's decision, just didn't want to go with Gene Segura. That maybe he's asked a follow-up question. Okay, it was your decision. Why did you decide to do this? And whatever road he wants to go down, I mean, he's entitled to answer the question whatever way he wants to answer it, he's allowed to. But to express, like, you know what, we decided that we're not going to answer your question. Like, that pisses me off more than you just not even doing it. Like, if you just weren't doing it and you just weren't answering, I'd eventually catch on that, everything he's saying is manager's decision. From there, I get on you and be like, yo, Joe, what the hell? But also explaining it makes you a jerk too. And I think it's crazy. I have no idea what's going on with him. I really don't. Naps nuts to the IL, basically. I mean, it does feel that way, no? It does feel that way. Carmen says, Popcorn Gate is getting blown out of proportion. That being said, the next 76ers home game, no. Carmen, that's the dumbest thing in the world, dude. Come on, we're better than that. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's not blown out of proportion. It makes a lot of sense why we are feeling this way. It is an issue. You have no business dumping popcorn on somebody's head, a professional athlete. Come on, be better than that. You don't really mean that, right? In what universe is it okay for a fan to start dumping food on a professional athlete? Could you imagine how you would feel if someone dumped popcorn in an away stadium on Joel Embiid? Seriously, imagine if Joel Embiid was on the other side and the popcorn starts getting dumped on. You'd be pissed. You'd be disgusted, as you should be. And as you should be. I make fun of Russell Westbrook every day. The guy's a clown, okay? The guy's not very good at basketball, and it's funny. It's funny to watch because everyone talks about his triple-doubles like he's some hero. Here's reality of the situation. That's a joke what happened, and it's not getting blown out of proportion. We're reacting the right way. The guy should be kicked out of the stadium forever, and it's embarrassing. It really is. $3 coming in from Furkan Korkmaz. Bucks and the Nets will expect. Furkan, my man, you're normally right on the money, and I always appreciate your support. I have no idea what you're saying. Buck and Nets both will under expectation. Whoever lose. What does that mean? Are you pretty much saying whoever loses between the Bucks and the Nets will underachieve? Is that basically where we're going here? I don't know. I don't know what this means, Furkan. I will say there was a Bradley Beal post too. And that one we can, I don't know what was said, but he mentioned how, I think I saw it on, maybe I'll Google it. Bradley Beal, Sixers fans. Bradley Beal alleges 76ers fans did something crazy in front of kids during game 2. Part of me wanted to go over there and say, who are you talking to? I'm a grown-ass man, but we can't do that. So there was probably someone who said something absolutely ridiculous to Bradley Beal and his kid after the game or during the game, or I want to try and get the full quote because the full quote I saw. Okay, here's the quote. Oh, wait. This is Russell Westbrook's quote. I want the quote from Bradley Beal. Maybe I can't find it. Regardless, apparently some Sixers fans had something crazy in the direction while the Wizards star kids were nearby in game 2. Part of me wanted to go over there and say, "Who are you talking to? I'm a grown-ass man." There's definitely a bigger quote than that I saw. But regardless, I mean, there's an issue here with, the way things are being handled, for sure. Knicks fans were worth both are bad. Both are bad. Both are bad. You spit on someone, sure. I think spitting on someone is pretty damn ridiculous. At the same time, there is I don't care what it is. There's just a category of disrespecting the athletes. And once you hit that level of disrespecting the athletes, I don't care what it is, you're already past that line. There's a line. Spitting on someone and dumping popcorn on someone, where they fall past the line, I don't really give a damn. Just the fact that it is on past the line in general is where it's at. $2 from Tom saying Francisco Lindor isn't good at baseball. Overrated. Well, I find that to be false, but I think he's just having a tough season right now. I've seen him play. I know that he's not bad at baseball. I think he's just having a tough time in New York right now, whether it's the pressure, whether it's the money. I don't know. Right now, he's hitting 185 in 43 games, and it's clearly not the best start to his career. Last year, he had a little bit of a slump as well, where he hit 258, but I don't think he's overrated. I think he's just having an adjustment period to the bigger market, the bigger city, the contract, and everything. I don't think that Francisco Lindor is a disaster. I love Francisco Lindor. I think he's a hell of a baseball player. And I think there's just like an adjustment period of this market and this team and this city and the environment and all. I don't think that Francisco Lindor stinks because of 43 baseball games. And even if you bring up last year, while it wasn't his best stretch, I mean, hitting basically 260 isn't like the worst thing we've ever seen in the era of 2021. It was 258 to be exact, with a 750 OPS. You've seen way stronger in his career. His highest OPS in one season was 871 back in 2018 when he hit 277. And he hit 38 dingers. The year before that, he had 33 dingers. The year after that, he had 32 dingers. I'm with you. I mean, he's clearly underachieving at the moment, but I'm not going to go full throttle and say Francisco Lindor now stinks as a baseball player because of 43 games, Oh, we got the update here. Okay, what Furkan Korkmaz meant. Between the Bucks and the Nets, whoever loses in the second round will undergo it. Yeah, I mean that's the playoffs for you. When you go up and you're on the course to play each other before an Eastern Conference Finals, then yeah, you basically have a situation where one team is going to underachieve from the jump. And I don't know who's it going to be, because I think the Bucks are a strong team. I really do. They might not pop like the Nets do, but they are a strong basketball team. And they might not have the full-on three-headed monster, but they have damn good basketball players. I think Drew Holiday is a beautiful addition to that team. Chris Middleton stepping up and making overtime shots against the Miami Heat. Although you can question, are the Miami Heat even good? Is that a product of the Heat being good, a product of of Middleton rising to the occasion? Is it a product of the Heat being bad? Like, what is it? I like this Bucks team. I think they're a really strong, structured team that play a solid game as one, a 5-man unit that plays as one. Sort of like the Sixers, like the Sixers don't have the same firepower as the Brooklyn Nets 3-headed monster, but they just gel and play a great brand of team basketball. Jazz, Knicks, Lakers, Celtics fans are easily the bottom 4 fans. See, I think this is overblown. This is what I think. I think every single fan base has dipshits. Every single fan base has morons. And unfortunately, those morons get tied to their cities more broader than others. And with Philadelphia, no matter what happens, it's typical Philadelphia. We have that tie. I think there's great fans along all these fan bases. There's amazing Laker fans, amazing Knicks fans, amazing Jazz fans, amazing Celtics fans that are not douchebags, that don't go over the top. Then there's one or two, and then there's two or three. And then there's just a handful of idiots that go out there and make a lot of noise and do something dumb and do something stupid. And then you say, well, those fans are assholes. Like a Knicks fan spitting on someone. That's one person. That's one person. That's not all of Knicks fans. That's not every Knicks fan. That's one individual who is an absolute piece of shit. That's what that is. So, it's just, unfortunately, it's one person who roots for a city and is a fan of a specific team. And then all of a sudden, by association, everyone's that way. And I just think that that's totally unfair for all of fan bases. So there's amazing Lakers fans. There's amazing Knicks fans. There's amazing, good, like naturally solid fans in all fan bases. This is pretty crazy. I think you have the right though to scream that because that's not over the top. This never happens with the Nets because security's uptight at Barclays. I yelled the Pistons suck because of you to Josh Smith, and his security guard tapped me and told me to zip it. See, I don't think that's crossing the line. As fans, we do have the ability to change the game, change the outcome, get in the head of athletes. Like you suck. Okay, you're allowed to scream you suck at an opposing team. That's not going too far. That's not being, that's standard. That's a standard thing to say when you're talking to another team. So I would actually have a problem if somebody did that to me. Like now I think that's going too far the other way. You're entitled. You buy those, you're allowed to say you suck. You suck? Really, you suck? That's simple as hell. That's fine. To me, that's fine. I thought when I was starting to read it that you were going to say, you can do that in Barclays because no one goes to the games. I thought that's what you were going to say. Brodes, do the Hawks win the series? I think that series can go either way. I think it's a toss-up. I think it's 50-50. It's a flip of the coin. So they have a very good possibility. They are playing a good brand of basketball throughout where I think they have an opportunity to. The opportunity's there. Let's go with that. The opportunity is there for the Hawks to definitely look. Your job on the road in the first two games is to split. Win one, take one. So then when you go back to Atlanta, as Trae Young said, I'll see you back in the A. Well, then it's a different ball game because it's a 1-1 series. So we'll see if the Atlanta Hawks can win. And speaking of winning, there's no surprise that I love winning. I'll never forget my college hockey career. We won a ton of games, and I've been chasing that feeling ever since. I may have retired off the ice a long time ago, but I'm still winning now because of Deal Dash, the online shopping platform that's actually fun. Deal Dash is the longest running penny auction website and app around. Too good to be true? You bet it is. I've seen a car sold for $900, a brand new television for less than $2. Do not be a loser and stop paying full retail price for the things you want and get on Deal Dash right now. Go to www.dealdash.com or download the app. By the way, when you register, you enter the promo code COFFEE. That's promo code COFFEE for a special offer and for some bonus opportunities. So make sure you check out the link in the description. If you are listening to this on YouTube, there is a link that will bring you to their website with my promo code already activated. I get sucked into watching TikToks all day. I'm sure a lot of you do. And you are going to get sucked down the road of looking at Deal Dash as well. So, yeah, no doubt. Why did I quit playing hockey? Well, I didn't necessarily quit. That makes it seem like, I just gave up on hockey forever, which I guess in theory, I decided to hang up the skate. Quitting hockey sounds harsh. I hung up the skates after my sophomore year of college because I wanted to pursue sports talk radio. My passion that I had for hockey for 18 years, I just didn't have that anymore. I lost that love, and I realized that same love and passion that I had for hockey, I had for this. I had for sports talk radio. I had for, sports. So I knew that something wasn't right. After my sophomore year, every day, it's like, something's not right. When I was on the ice, when I was at practice, when I was in the gym, it's like I didn't love this anymore, which was a weird feeling because from ages 4 to 22, I had that. And then I just did it. I did it. And I was like, I had this. I had this. Phils don't get a night game until Tuesday. Yeah, there's a weird schedule coming up for the Phils. For the Fightin' Phils. There is a strange one. You get a 1 o'clocker on your Saturday and a 1 o'clocker on your Sunday. I actually like the fact that the game on Saturdays at 1 o'clock because then you can get both. You can get your Sixers in and you can get your Phillies in, considering the Sixers are your late game. You can kind of go with that bang, bang and get a chance to kind of do both, like I get to watch all the Phils, relax, and then kind of regroup, maybe take a little afternoon snooze afterwards, record the post-game show, things of that nature. Sunday at 1, Monday at 2. Man, that is weird. That is such a – and then on Wednesday, they play it at 12:30. So you literally, their next 1, 2, 3, 4, four out of their next 5 are in the afternoon. That is the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's crazy. Carmen wants to know if let's see. Oh, I lost a little bit. My chat, I can't. Okay, here you go. Do you still play hockey every now and then, like you're in a beer league? I'm not in the beer league. The only time I get to skate and all, which kind of sucks, is my friends still play, and I got a couple friends that still play pro. So when they come home for the summers, they get ice, and we grew up around our home, excuse me, our home local rink. So we always get the opportunity to get some ice, and so during the summers, I get a time to hop on and play to, whether it's 5-on-5, whether it's 3-on-3, whether it's just going out there and just shooting the shit, if you will. I get a chance then to kind of hop on the ice. Other than that, not too much. What I did was, because there's a rink, an outdoor rink close to me, within a mile from my house. And I actually purchased, because I have when I left college, I took all my sticks with me. So I literally have maybe 20 sticks in my basement here that I for the rest of my life, I'm good to go, because we got free twigs at school. So I took all those twigs. I'm like, I'm set for life because I'm not going to play enough to break all these things. I bought a shit ton of pucks, outdoor roller hockey pucks, and I'm about to buy some roller blades, some Mars blades. I'm about to hit this summer. I'm going to be at that local park just ripping pucks in the afternoons and whatnot after coffee with Brodes before the game started at 7. I'm going to be out there stick handling my AirPods in, just ripping pucks, just getting back out there and shooting a little bit. I feel like I need to. Mikey says, Brodes, how you feeling about Marchand? Not as much of an offensive liability as Knapp and looked pretty good behind the dish. Yesterday was amazing. He had a couple hits out there as well. I think he had 2 hits yesterday too. But that play in the 8th inning was absolutely outstanding. That throw off off behind Rhys Hoskins to pick him off at first base, that was money. That was right on the money. Perfectly executed. Great tag. Caught him backdoor on the throw. Just great. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what to tell. One game of Marchand, even though I know he's had his number called before, I don't know. I don't know what to expect the next time Marchand is at the plate or the next time he's behind the plate. I don't know. I don't have enough of a sample size to tell you that I've generated enough for me to fully say, this is what I think Marchand is. I'm still learning who he is as a player. Do I think the Mets will fall off? I don't really think they did. They're not doing anything outrageous to fall off. The last time I looked, they were 6-4 in their last 10, or maybe it was even 4-6 in their last 10, or maybe it was even 5-5 in their last 10. 6-4 in their last 10. They're 4 games over 500. Do I think the Mets will fall off? I don't really think that they're high enough to say like they're gonna fall off. We talked about them being a team that fell underneath the Braves. Now, I didn't look at them as a 90-win team. They were given by Vegas a 90-win total. I thought that was a little high. I saw them as the upper 80s. So do I think the Mets I don't really think they're anywhere where it's like they're going to fall off. This is basically who they are. A couple games over 500, and we'll see where it ends from there. But that's kind of what I thought. Keep in mind, they're dealing with a ton of injuries as well. So it's hard to truly know what a team is. Like right now, what are the Phillies? Well, we do know that they're bad defensively, but offensively, do we know what they fully are with the healthy Bryce Harper, Didi Gregorius, JT Realmuto in the lineup? I mean, yeah, they struggled with those guys in the lineup. There's no denying that. They were not as smooth as we would have thought they would be. At the same time, I didn't see it long enough. I also did not get a long enough time to see them play. There's a big difference. We're talking 20 games into the season. Like now we're 43. There's a big difference between, being there, or I guess what are we, 41, 51? Damn, we're 51 games into the season now. Jesus Christ. Imagine if they played all 51 instead of playing a couple here, playing a couple there. One guy gets injured, one guy's on the IL, the other guy's not playing, this and that. You haven't been able to really fully see it in so long. It's funny you take the coffee to wake up. I take it to study in the afternoon. Francesco says that. Well, I don't know how I can. Like, I wouldn't even be, if I were you, I'm saying, I wouldn't even be able to get up in general to even start studying without the coffee. I have been, I've been exploring some other coffees though lately. I've been going to Wawa and getting their frozen cappuccinos. I've been thinking, like there's going to be a chance I might run to Starbucks and grab something. And I'm not a big Starbucks guy. I'm really not, especially their hot coffee. I just feel like I can get as much as, Starbucks is great. And I like their blonde roast. Other than their blonde roast, though, I don't like much of their coffee and I like it black. But other than that, I don't like a lot of their hot coffee. But I've been on a kick of just trying new stuff, trying new coffees out there, new iced coffees, new cold brews, new this and that. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing. It's amazing. There's so much great stuff out there. But in the morning, every morning for coffee with Brodes, it's nice and simple. It's just a good, bold cup of Joe. That's the way I have to start the morning. From there, I can go in any direction. After I get my first initial cup where I start, from there, we're going to move in other areas. Like, okay, so now I had my bold black cup of coffee. There's probably a point where, because I got a meeting at 11, right? There's a good chance I get my ass out of this house after coffee with Brodes. I'll go run and get a nice cup of, maybe I'm thinking Starbucks. I really am. I'm not a big Starbucks guy. Don't pin me as that tool bag who rocks the Starbucks. I'm not. The last time I had it, well, this is why I think I'm thinking about it. I had it for the first time maybe 3 weeks ago. But the first time I had it, it might have been 7 months, 7, 8 months. So I had it about 3 weeks ago. And I was like, wow, oh, baby, I think I need this again. What's up, Artie? What's going on, man? I'm great. It's Memorial Day weekend. What's everyone doing for Memorial Day weekend? Anything good? Guys going down the shore or whatnot? Is anyone going down the shore and kicking it? My buddies all my buddies are down the shore right now for a big weekend, but I got work. I got to keep the grind going. It kind of sucks, but there's only so much I can control. I got hours at the Fanatic, so I want to make sure I'm on the air on the Fanatic, and so I'm not doing as much as I originally had planned, but it is what it is. Hey, bro, it's from Australia. Just got home from a big night out. Whoa, what do you mean a big night? Were you crushing the bars? Like, what are we talking about, Noah? You doing some shotguns at like 2 a.m. and you're stumbling home and you're shit canned and you're like, geez, I got to go to bed. Hold on, Brodes is live. Like, what? I want to know what level of big night, or was big night out maybe just like a nice dinner, or maybe just a couple how do you do's with some friends? Like, where are you in state of mind? Because there's a few different ways to analyze it. You could be stumbling home after like 10 shots of Fireball, plopping on your bed with your head spinning and going, oh, shit, I got to turn on Brodes. Or is it just like, look, I had a fun time. I'm tired. I went home. It's 11, but I'm a little beat up. Like, where are we? Where are we exactly? That's funny. What are you saying, Peter? I have to stop what? I don't know what that means. What do you think I need to stop doing, Peter? It's raining all weekend. Going to the shore would be depressing. Yeah, it's true. It is going to rain. That is definitely a killer for sure. Plenty of beers with the fellas. Now in bed watching big Brodes, mate. That's awesome. I love it. Just crush a few beers, come home, and throw on a coffee stream from the people who are at 9:45 in the morning on the in the United States. That's actually hilarious. That's fine. Well, thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. What kind of beers were you rocking with? Was this your standard Coors Light? Was this your standard Miller Lite? Are we going some craft IPAs? Like where are we going in this? This is great. This is pure gun. Can we do split screen? Can I invite you into the StreamYard so we can be like, yeah, what like crush some beers together on instead of coffee? Maybe there's something else in here. Oh yeah, it's funny. I was watching TikTok last night, right? I got a little sucked into the TikTok world, and it was someone from North Jersey, and they were talking about going to the Belmar Shore, and it was like that TikTok where it's like you say something and then he gets a little bit more serious and the music plays. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And like they like talk to the. I don't know if I explained that the right way at all. But anyway, it's basically like you say something and then you zoom in closer and the music starts playing and you start talking serious. It's like, when you tell someone from New Jersey it's going to rain and it's Memorial Day weekend, and then like the music starts playing and zooms in and goes, I don't give a fuck. It's the Jersey Shore. And I'm like, that is perfect. That is literally perfect to describe us here in the New Jersey area. And there's so many people out there that just never understand what it's like. Like there's people in Minnesota that don't know how Memorial Day weekend impacts people in New Jersey or in Philadelphia. There's people who live in, let's say, Montana that have no idea what the Jersey Shore really means to us. We're just so accustomed to it. It's our lifestyle. It's our lifestyle. Shotgunning beer with Brodes. That there was a time in my life for that. There was a time in my life for that. Yep. There used to be shotgunning beers in the shower was a big thing. Shotgunning beers in the shower. I would send the Snapchats out every morning. You see, if this was me 5, 6, 7 years ago, it wouldn't be coffee with Brodes. It would be shotgunning beers in the shower with Brodes. That sounds a little weird, but it probably wouldn't be live in the shower part. But yeah, there was a part of me I was definitely a little yeah. There was a ruthless time in my life. But how about sports? Sports, huh? Right? What do we got? We got some sports. Oh man, that's funny. We went off the rails. I don't know where we got into the rails, but we definitely. Oh, because Noah came in. Shame on you, Noah. You came in here talking about getting a little shit canned with the boys, and now you got everybody all fired up about having some good nights for Memorial Day weekend. So we all blame Noah for getting sidetracked. Head spinning, mate, but I'm too hard of a Sixers fan. That's right. That's right. Too much of a Sixers fan. And I think the Sixers team, this is how we'll tie this back on track a little bit. I think the Sixers team is just going to take damn control and blow them out in game 3. I just think if you think about it, there's too much involved here for the Washington. They have no way. They tried everything. They did their best. They tried to bring a couple the players to Joel. Joel countered, and Ben Simmons had a big night. They tried to get Bradley Beal going and have him score 7,000 points. That's absolutely the case. So there's that. What do you got left? You going to try and run through Alex Len? You going to try and run through Raul Neto? You going to try and run through Russell Westbrook, who's one of the most inefficient players I've ever seen? Like, there's no way. There's no way in hell that the Wizards have any answers. They pretty much tried everything that they possibly can, and I can't imagine the Washington Wizards crowd being that terrible, being that horrible, that this team is not going to be able to operate. Well, I think that like Joel Embiid's playing smart basketball. He's playing good team-friendly basketball where he's recognizing that, look, they're going to bring the pressure. I'm just going to, like the first game, he only played 30 minutes. And he finished with like 33 points. I think that's so damn funny that we're talking about Joel Embiid hasn't had a big game, you know? Like Joel Embiid's due for a big game. Joel Embiid had 33 points the other game. Did he not? Didn't he finish with 33 or was it 33 minutes? Where was he? He had 30 points. 30 points in 30 minutes. 30 points in 30 minutes. The only reason why he didn't have a big night is because he didn't have to play 38 minutes. And then the game 2, he had 22 points in 26 minutes. The reason why he's not having a, quote, big night is because, one, well, the other team is forcing the ball out of his hands, so that plays a role. But two, you're dominating the team so much that you're not even in the position to play him 38 minutes for him to score 40 points because they're cruising and they're winning by 25 to begin with. So in terms of Joel having big nights, he's having them. He's on pace to have them. Then you have to yank them because there's no reason to even have him on the floor because you're annihilating the opponent. That's the difference. Yeah, exactly, Peter. We can allow them to score 60, score 65, score 24 in the first half. Whatever you want to do, you ain't going to win. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You are not going to win. And that's a beautiful thing to know. Bradley Beal can go off. Had a multi on Philly. Only reason I lost is because we were too good to play the fourth. Had a multi on Philly. What does that mean? Had a multi on Philly. Is that like a parlay? Like, that's kind of what I think you're saying. Is that a term that I should know? Is that an Australian thing? When you say had a multi on Philly, I feel like that's like a parlay. But maybe I'm completely wrong. Wild or Golden Knights? Man, I think the Golden Knights are the better team, so I'm going to go with the Golden Knights. But yeah, I think that I think it's got to be Vegas. They're just the better team, although it doesn't really matter who's the better team in a Game 7 scenario. It just matters who's better on that given night. So it's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to that Game 7 tonight, considering there's no Phillies, considering there's no Sixers. It's a sit back and relax kind of day, sort of like last night. Last night was refreshing. My fiance and I had the games going, the NBA games going on like my iPad off to the side a little bit with LeBron and watching. But yesterday was kind of relaxing. Last night, I did not go heavy, insane sports after the Sixers, besides the third period and the overtime of that Nashville game, which was super fun because my fiance went to bed at that point. But we threw on the Friends reunion show. So we relaxed, put on the Friends reunion show. We watched, it was an hour and 45 minutes. We watched an hour and 15 of it. I'm a huge Friends guy. If you're not a Friends person, then shame on you. And if you think it sucks, shame on you. You don't know how fantastic it really was, and you're uneducated. But yeah, it was almost nice and relieving to have a night off because the Sixers didn't play. The Phillies played an afternoon game. It was like nice to like not have that late at night where it was like almost having a night off of work. So we just relaxed and watched some Friends reunion. I don't have that much time normally during the week. There's always something on. There's always some sort of game. Never watched Friends. See, that's the thing. Nowadays, when I watch, I saw a TikTok yesterday that blew my mind. When 90s kids talk about the 60s, that's the same as some of these kids that were born in the 2010s talking about the 90s. I'm like, whoa, what? What? Like it's 2021. These kids that hear the 90s, that's equivalent to us 90s kids talking about the 60s. That makes me cringe. That makes me scared. That makes me, I don't know, cry. Maybe cry's the right word. Are you kidding me? In what universe? In what universe? The 60s. Friends is amazing, but it was not my favorite 90s sitcom. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was my favorite 90s. Fresh Prince was great, no doubt. I'm not almost 30. I'm not almost. I just turned 26 last Sunday. So I'm still in that mid-20 form. I think 28 gives you that almost 30 life. I'm 26, so I'm not in that almost 30 life yet. I'm creeping in on it. With Friends, see, I'm that guy that when I watch Friends, I quote every joke before it comes. I know every episode. I know every line. And I still crack the hell up every single time. So I'm that obnoxious Friends guy. I'm the one that can pretty much give you every quote. You know, that's how much I live that lifestyle, as well as most people. I mean, there's a lot of people like me like that. I was born in 94, but I can't call myself a 90s kid. Why? You're absolutely a 90s. Why? You're a 90s kid. You were born in 94. I was born in 95. You're a 90s kid. For sure. I love Seinfeld's underrated. Seinfeld's great, man. See, that's it. Like Seinfeld, you talk about iconic and how iconic Friends was. Seinfeld is the same thing. Seinfeld is just as iconic, if not even more iconic. It just happened before, but a little different, but still in that category of one of the most iconic. I mean, you could put that as much as I love Friends, and I love Friends. It goes Seinfeld, Friends in terms of the cultural impact, in terms of how big those sitcoms were. Seinfeld is, and that just shows you the power of Seinfeld, because Friends is monstrous. If you watch this reunion, you talk about, I mean, you see this when you're walking around New York City back in the 90s, and on Rolling Stones, you're seeing all these people. It's crazy. Seinfeld's amazing. I love Seinfeld. So damn funny. And if you're a Seinfeld fan and you don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, shame on you, because Curb Your Enthusiasm is amazing. Oh my God. Larry David fucking makes me piss my damn pants. Piss my pants. If you're a huge fan of Seinfeld and don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, when I was watching the Lakers game yesterday, I saw Larry David on the sideline, and there was the episode where he tripped Shaquille O'Neal and he injured Shaq, and the whole city hated Larry David. I'm thinking the whole time, obviously it's not going to happen, but it's just funny how he's sitting courtside at a Lakers game, and I'm like, could you imagine if he trips LeBron James? Crazy. I love how we got sidetracked, by the way. Sitcoms with Brodes. Yeah, I know, right? We got sidetracked pretty good today. But look, it's Memorial Day weekend. We're allowed to get sidetracked here. That's the beauty of Coffee with Brodes. You know we love our sports, but we can get sidetracked a little bit. I'm cool with that. Curb is so damn funny. There was about maybe 2 months ago, I got back into it pretty good. I grinded through the first 4 seasons, and then I just hit a stop because, I don't know, I think sports game, like something happened when the Philly season started, and there was at one point it was like Flyers, Sixers, and Phillies, and I got a little overwhelmed. So, yeah, I went through it again. I got to like the 4th season, then I stopped. King of Queens, by the way. So you want to talk about underrated? Doug Heffernan is the man. Doug Heffernan is literally, there was a time in my life where I wanted to be Doug Heffernan. I wanted a wife that would kick my ass and yell at me all the time. I wanted to work for UPS. In the show, it's IPS. I wanted a man cave that was a garage that was disconnected from my house. I literally wanted to be overweight and funny. Like, I wanted to be Doug Heffernan. And if you don't know who Doug Heffernan is, if you didn't watch King of Queens, you're an ass. I mean, it's A plus. A plus. There was someone else that brought something up that I wanted to get. Oh, who was my favorite character from Friends? So my problem is I can't choose between Joey and Chandler. I just can't. And I think I'm a combination of Joey and Chandler. I got the quick Chandler sarcasm, I feel, but I also got the Joey dumbness. So I'm a combination of Joey and Chandler in real life. That's my assessment. Hopefully you guys agree. Maybe I'm wrong. But favorite character, I can't choose. I cannot choose. Ethan goes Phoebe and Chandler. I like Phoebe. I can't put her in my top. I guess I gotta go. Oh man, Chandler or Joey? I gotta go Chandler. That's probably one of the hardest decisions I'll ever have to make in my life. But I'll have to go Chandler. Wow, I didn't realize it's 10 o'clock already. The time flies when you're talking Friends. But I want to thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you check out Deal Dash. Remember, Deal Dash is amazing. Do not be a loser and stop paying full retail price for things you want to get. It's all on Deal Dash. DealDash.com, or download the app and use promo code COFFEE when you sign up. Click the link in the description if you're listening on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We got a busy weekend. We got 97.5 The Fanatic this weekend, Sunday and Monday. Monday's 3 to 5. Sunday is 4 to 8. We got Sixers basketball. We got Phillies baseball. I'll probably at some point today, put up a Sixers podcast to kind of look into tomorrow's game. Don't quote me on that, but I do see that happening in the future, possibly. Look out for that if that is the case. Thank you guys all so much for another phenomenal week of coffee with Brodes. It's been a lot of fun to this point. Thank you all so much. I love you. See you guys next time.